The idea of the pueblo in Spain is an interesting one. I mean, it just means town or village, but it's also this kind of ephemeris, almost so a quasi-spiritual concept, a place where either you're from, and maybe you have family there, which is the obvious answer. Often it's also a place you can escape to, especially if you live in Madrid like I do, and you always sort of have these people going, I'm going to the pueblo, and it's them escaping for a weekend or visiting their family and stuff. Now, I don't have a pueblo, but my business partner does. And the interesting thing is, there's no bar in this town. So I'm in the little village of Losana de Piron, the town with no bar. So I've come out to this village on a Sunday, as one might, escaping to the pueblo. We're going to go for a stroll through the Segovian countryside and somehow get a drink. But how do you get a drink if there's no bar? One interesting story around here is that of the Tuerto de Piron, who was like a Robin Hood character who stole from the rich and gave to the poor, probably kept some from himself. A kind of a dandy highwayman who used to work the river valleys around here. That's okay upstairs. So the river valley we're going to this morning is where he used to stick people up. So let's see if he's still roaming. ¿Cuántas personas viven aquí?
Realmente 52, 53.
50. What you always get in the countryside is fresh air and cows. There we are, and dogs. Things you find in the villages, Roque. A prehistoric art cave. I don't know what it is. An ermita.
Are you sure it's going to be that clear?
I hope so. What is it called? The El Ermita de qué?
Santiaguillo.
Little Santiago.
Little Santiago.
So we're hoping it's open, because one of the beautiful things about going to pueblos is there's all these things that you'd never find if you didn't have a friend with a house in Losana de Piron. So let's see if we can see anything. It's a hard life to being a dog, isn't it?
Yeah.
Very mysterious. Where are we? Vamos, vamos. You can kind of see why, prehistoric peoples made houses in these rocks. I mean, I've got one here behind me, it's just eroded away. Perfect shelter. As I mentioned before, Roque's town does not have a bar, but we are hopefully going for a drink. But how is that possible? We'll find out later. So we're off to the bar, not bar, the association. And in theory, in this town, because it's not a bar, you have to be a member of the association. Roque, how much do you pay every year?
We pay 20 euros.
20 euros?
Okay, so this is the thing. There are only 50 inhabitants here, and some of them that don't live here. So there's no people enough.
There's no point in a bar.
So what they have made is to create an organization, an association of neighbors and friends of the town. So if you want to be part of it, you pay the ridiculous amount of 20 euros per year. And there is it's not a bar. I mean, it's a bar. It's technically.
And there's a WhatsApp group where you can order food.
And you
request
the bar to open.
And the question is it going to be open? Vaya historia, me estaba comentando. Gracias. En una semana normal, ¿esto está abierto casi todos los días?
No. Solo abre los viernes y los sábados y los domingos.
Solo sábados y domingos.
Además que el día esta semana está cerrado.
Pero sí hay, por ejemplo, 10 personas que dicen, oye, María, ¿puedes abrir a la...? Vale. So it's not a bar. So we've had 2 beers and the other people have gone. And that is it. And I imagine she'll probably close in a minute because there's no one else here. But there's a funny thing on the door over there which I want to show you before we head off, which really explains the raison d'etre and the way this place works. We open when we arrive. We close when we go. The key is with the person who's got it. And what do you do when the bar not bar closes and there's nothing else to do? Well, you go back to your house in the countryside and you start opening things in the kitchen. The traditional aperitif in Spain of cremant d'Alsace, frutos secos, a nice, sexy canned...
The best mejillones of Spain.
Where are they? Where are they? The best voted for in a blind tasting.
By El Comedista.
By El Comedista, the best canned... Well, you'll see. The bar closed. Sorry, the not bar closed. The poor Romanian lady, I think, wanted to go home. So, we're back in the house. Mother of God! I think I just lost about 5 years of my life. Okay, let's stop that video. Let's have a drink. Jesus. So I've just had a fantastically profound siesta, which is part and parcel for life in Spain. And you're kind of ruminating on the fact that I don't think I've ever been in a town in Spain with no bar. It's like every little village in England has a pub, every bar in Spain, every town in Spain has a bar, but not this one. So yeah, it's one of these things that raises these questions like, you know, how do people live here? What happens in this town? How does it stay alive if they can't even support a proper bar? But then, you know, the amount of cows I had seen, this is a farming area, it's a rural area. And I imagine there's a lot of people using it maybe as a dormitory town or a little escape, much like we are today. But anyway, I think the idea now is to collect the house together, clean up all of the wine glasses, and head back to Madrid because it's only about an hour and 15 minutes away. And so yeah, from the Pueblo life, see you next time.